What is going on, guys? I hope you had a great weekend. Good to see you all back. Let's talk about some mullen. Now, in this video, we're going to exclude the fundamentals. It's all going to be based on technical analysis, and let's see what we're looking at. We'll go over the Ortex as well. As always, this is not financial advice. In case you guys didn't know, you get the disclaimer at the beginning of every video. So we were calling for the retest, right, of basically our box here. We had our retest and our RSI was significantly lower, 2375. And I said, I think we're going to get at least one more, if not multiple retests. So we got our one more retest so far. RSI was around 30.31. So RSI is setting a little bit higher. The buyers are getting a little bit more aggressive at that retest zone, trying to still hold it up, soak up the supply. So what am I looking for? Well, I have a couple of fibs pulled, which kind of is giving me a little bit more confidence that maybe, just maybe, now don't go betting the farm on it, don't go weekly YOLO, but I think maybe this could be our spring. We're looking for our spring. We're looking for those higher highs to start getting set. It's not quite as violent as I thought it would be to the upside, so I don't know if this is our final test, but comparing the Wyckoff to a couple of different fibs that I've pulled down, I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing as far as how well they're almost lining up. And so what I want to see is a hard bounce here. We're not getting that hard bounce yet. I think they're still trying to accumulate for their position. So I just don't know exactly how violent this one's going to be. There may be one more retest, but I really hope that there's not. But anyway, looking at the fibs, so there's going to be several important levels that we're going to be looking for on the way back up as it makes that grind, which I think it can. And like I said, I've also thrown out the fundamentals. I think there's two catalysts. We're going to close on Elms, hopefully this week at some point, if not next week. And then I think we are going to have a very small production that comes into play, which will also be some news and hopefully a catalyst. So there's going to be two potential fundamental catalysts that could help. But I'm also throwing the fundamentals to the wayside for right now because we all know what's coming up towards the end of December. And to me, has so much more weight and impact and bearing on what we're actually going to do than any fundamental catalyst that we have in the very near future. So we go back to technicals, and like I said, technicals do not care about the fundamentals. Technicals are what they are. So this is what I'm looking at, is basically how well the 25 is going to hold up, right? We got that test, we got another retest. I want to see that hold. If we get down here, you guys know my range. So we're basically looking at a box in between 21 and 25 cents. If you're in there, basically that could still be the accumulation phase. If we drop below there, I'm calling for like 19 cents. You know, that's 2 cents below the box. That would be panic zone. And the spring's either going up or going down at that point. I think it's invalidated if we hit 19 cents. So, like I say, have a trading plan. But we're looking to the upside because for some reason I'm feeling like we do have some upside potential. I think with Thanksgiving week typically being green, maybe the markets will be green for us. Maybe this will be an assistance into helping us along the way. Nothing's guaranteed in the markets. We are getting back into a bullish territory as far as the RSI goes, which I like to see. I just wanted to see it be a little bit more aggressive. So right now, if you are playing it, we're watching to really get back, and at this point it'll be a breakout of the trend line is what I want to see. So somewhere in that 25 to 27 cent range, depending on when it hits it. First zone of resistance. We know how it goes between, say, the 30 and 32 cents gets a little bit difficult. What I do like though is that our fib drop downs are coming in somewhere in right in between, that 30 and 32 cent range, somewhere around 31 cents. So I want to see us get back above that with some strength. if we can get back above that with some strength, I do think that we have a very nice week, or at least next 5-7 trading days. It's all going to depend on how it wants to move coming through there. We have our final fib circle, that we kind of started the whole talk around on this, and that would be coming up next week as well. I believe somewhere, around, I guess it could be Wednesday the 23rd all the way out to Thursday, December 1st, as far as that circle goes. And what's going to happen there? Is it going to get any action? So we do have something to look for out there as well that would come in before the vote. So I'm still paying attention to these fib circles because they do move. They absolutely move. That was what was this move from like 24 cents up to 25 and a half-ish, 25 and 3/4. It's not impressive overall, but I mean, if you're trading this thing, it's money. So we're keeping an eye there as well. But I do think that potentially we could be setting up for a move to the upside. And I'm only saying that because I like the RSI, how it is trying to do a slow reversal. You can see a slightly higher high here off of that test. On the 4 hour, we had our double bottom. Where's this going to settle down? It kind of depends on what our shorter time frames do, but as of right now, our shorter time frame is slowly setting a higher high with that reversal in there. Depends on what way you're looking at it. I guess you could be saying, well, it hadn't broken the higher high to the upside yet. And you're right, it has not. But I think slowly but surely we are trying to do something. Exactly what we're trying to do, I don't know. What big money's trying to do, I don't know. I've had those 50-cent strikes for January, and they ran up 450%. I did unload some of those, and they've worked their way all the way back down to being a nickel for the contract for January's. If you see this run up back, close to that 50-cent range, if it wants to do a full run of that trading range, we kind of have our trading range broken down to what I think was more reasonable outside of the FOMO and the call option gamma that was probably taking place to draw us up so high. So I have a small reserve, but if we get that again, you'll see those things go 300-400% over again. So kind of keeping an eye on that. I like that they're back down to the level that we started. Maybe big money's using those along with averaging down or whatever they're doing here to make plans, make arrangements. Nothing's guaranteed. I did a small wager again on those Januaries. I don't know if they'll come into play or not, but I think everything's setting up for some sort of potential move, and I just want to see what happens. What is our Ortex looking like? Our Ortex shorts are piling in still, 39.84%, so we got a little bit of an increase there, 128.64 million live short interest. Cost to borrow average is still basically ranging in that area from, 7 to 10%, something around what we've been seeing. So a little bit of an increase, but nothing too major, too drastic yet. Could some of the long positions be loaning their shares out? Yeah, absolutely. Am I opposed to that theory? No, I'm not. I don't care if you're a diamond hand or not. I've weeded out most of the viewers that are only here waiting for me to say moon. This is the market. This is real money. Last time I checked, you guys have your real money. I have my real money in the play. However you want to make money in the markets, that's your call. Whether it's selling covered calls and loaning out your shares, so be it. I don't care. What are you gonna do? You gonna bag hold and fight big money? No, you're not. You gotta do these things smart. You have to have a trading plan. So make a trading plan. You know, don't worry about what all of the minions are saying out there, all the termites. They're the people that don't put any thought into it and just think everything they hold's going to moon, and everything they have is deep red right now. That's why I always say protect your accounts. If there's nothing else you take away from this channel, protect your account. It's easier to take a small loss and to re-enter a play whenever you see that strength come back in than it is to hold and hold and hold and hold and hold until you're so deep red that you have no option but to hold. And that's where the termites come in. They're like, oh, hold, I'm down 97%. Yeah. Have fun with that. So that's where we are. Like I said, I've weeded out the weak ones on the channel that view the Mullen videos. So now we're all mature adults, and we are just here for the play. We're trying to see what's going to happen. I do hope that there's a move. I'm seeing some slightly higher highs set, which is giving me some confidence that we are working our way to the upside. A little bit slower than I wanted to see, but positive movement is positive movement. So let's keep an eye on it. I think within the next 5 to 7 days, if we can continue to break through those levels that I've thrown out there for you guys, and if we can continue to set higher highs, then it could be a very nice week overall. So let's see what happens. I appreciate you guys coming back and watching another one. I will catch you guys in the next video. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.